Okay, folks, and good morning or good afternoon, wherever you're from. And a little bit of news. The person that says that they took down that my YouTube studio took down my video is trying to claim now that he didn't take the video down. He got something in his YouTube studio and sent me a warning about it. But everything he's saying is the kind of thing that you would do to somebody to try and shake them down for copyright that you don't actually hold. And immediately upon getting the strike, sent a counter notice in, and YouTube has been sitting there reviewing it for a week, right? So, you know, he says he sent me a screenshot and email, but I'll say this to you, okay? There's no way I'm going to look at an image, okay, from a stranger, especially one in Russia, okay, or one of these countries, okay. It's bad enough I have to give out my actual information, and now this guy has it, right? You see what I mean? They can use this stuff to use it to hack you. Good luck with that. Okay. The other thing is, I set up a Twitter account. I use a stupid phone that I never use for anything else. Okay. Um, anyway, so whatever. Yeah. Not that anybody really uses that for much anymore, anyway. I mean, yeah. So, we're gonna have a little fun here. And I'm gonna play some COD with sea bass later tonight, and we'll walk around there a bit. Anyway, so I can't do live streams while they decide to sit there and whatnot. I also sent a legal email to Microsoft Legal. I also sent one to Blizzard, and I've also included the legal department of YouTube on this. Okay, and they told me that they actually have another department for copyright. Okay, imagine that. All these systems and stuff in there, and there's all these lawyers in behind it all that you can actually contact. And go ahead and review this because I've got cinematics of other Diablo 3 videos that they don't seem to be bothered with, right? So I don't know. I redid the game without the cinematic and there's been no problem, right? So now I'm going to redo the game again and I'm going to put this goddamn cinematic in it. And if it gets claimed again, we'll see who's claiming it. Okay? We'll see who's claiming it. And then we can have a fun time. Because if it's Blizzard, say who your agent is, and I just remove the video. Right? That's part of the. And the thing is, the cinematics in this case give you part of the story that lead you to what's going on. So you can't not remove it. Okay, it's part of the game. Okay. If you want to include music in it, well, that's fair using it right there. Okay. To advertise for Blizzard's game.
You're approaching the area of combat operations.
I don't think it is because, like, I had a problem before when they were starting to do things in Act 5. I guess there's all those little cutting scenes, and I just stopped doing Diablo 3, and then all the news about them being bad people came up. Whatever. Microsoft owns them now, so I started to go back into it, right? The second I start doing anything, I get dinged on a 2-year-old video.
Pilots, get ready for action. Let's go.
Sounds like YouTube's butt hurt that I'm actually having fun with video games. Warplanes. Fuck yeah.
A rocket has reached the target. Enemy object damaged. I say again, support will not be available.
That's how we deal with people like that. Anti-aircraft mines.
There's a heavy storm here. Unable to proceed. Returning to base. Do you copy? Keep it up. Victory is almost ours.
They should. Land buddy. Sure. You all right with this one? You're playing this game one day? Oh, kind of. I only have 24 hit points. Think you're gonna stay in motion?
Control of the skies.
Here we go. Well, geez, look at that. I think we won.
I'm proud of you, pilots. Head back home.
And I'll show you what you do with your aircraft when you're done. Yeah. Yeah. So I had to look at some statistics of the mistakes that YouTube makes with copyright stuff, and it's astounding. So I'm not going to even be worried if this kind of thing goes on, because it sounds to me like it's a system that doesn't work right. I was even talking to a musician that did his own music, okay, and had it in the ID system and was playing it and got a copyright strike or claim against his own music. That shouldn't happen. You know, what's this? Oh, here we go. Some crates, eh? Okay, we'll do that. Crates are good. You get ships, planes, money. It's premium. I got like 30 days of premium out of that last time. Anyway. So you go over to this thing called service. You can upgrade stuff like that or not. But I'm in here, and you click on this, and it'll tell you, oh, you got 5,000 points to do that. And then you get this item. What's this item? You mouse over it, and it tells you, gives you more airspace. And if you click over here, 471, and then it will go up to 482. And then it gets modded by your crew and everything else, right? Or you can do this and get more maneuverability, which might be the better way to go, at least now. And then you get the last thing. And then that gives you what you call elite status. And then they will have you do certain things to get the next thing. And so on. And later today I'll do a Diablo 3 video where I go through and do a speed run of Act 4 to get to the boss man at the end. And that's into Act 5, I guess, right? And at least some point in the weekend, I'm going to redo that last Diablo 3 video in the same fashion. But there's apparently there's a checkoff where you can skip the cinematics, which means, you get to the game part. You've seen the cinematics a few times. You don't want to sit there and listen to it and listen to it and listen to it and listen to it, But anyway, for the story and the war and everything else, you want to see this kind of stuff. And if Blizzard is against you doing that, then Blizzard needs to step up and say it's them that did the copyright strike and told YouTube to do it, not YouTube going around blaming other YouTubers, which this is what it seems like they're trying to do to this Russian guy, all because of this Russian-Ukraine war and the fact that I've stayed out of it. I'm a retired hacker. The guy asked for hackers, and I says, listen, I don't like Nazis that are in your country, and I don't like Russians that are invading your country, so I'm going to stay out of it. I'm neutral. I'm neutral. I don't want anybody to be harmed in war, okay? The whole thing could have been solved, all right, by, it all started when Americans wanted to put missile bases in Ukraine. All right, I'm sorry, but that's the reality. You're not exactly friendly to Russia. You want to put missile bases. Yeah. Hey, would anybody in Canada here be okay with you know do you think actually let's put it this way, do you think the Americans would be okay with the Russians putting missiles in Cuba? Hmm. We know how that worked out. But anyway, and on the same side, you look at the ethnic speaking of the area, and everywhere where Russia is where the Russian people that speak Russian are. Except for a few areas where they went in and they went after these Azov guys. And BBC Night did years of videos on this, okay? So don't get me going on it, right? Now, could this have been solved differently or maybe a little more diplomatically? Maybe, maybe not. I don't know. What's been going on over there, guys? But you can't tell anybody this stuff because, you don't want to sound anti-Ukrainian, you don't want to sound pro-Russian, you don't want to sound anti-Russian, you don't want to sound anti-any. The whole point I make is I'm pro-people, okay? People don't kill people, the guns do. In the hands of soldiers on either side. Anyway, regardless. So YouTube, I got a message for you. You've had the counter notice sitting there for now, what, 5 days? 4 or 5 days. You're not doing anything about it. You're not turning it down. You're not accepting it. The fact of the matter is, he's claiming that, and I have emails, okay, that he didn't take my video down, and you're putting it on, basically. And he sent me a warning about that, and that's what the original warning was about, okay? The fact that he sent the warning, though, is what then probably caused me to get a strike. And I said to him, I says, go ahead and do this because it's not your video. You're not the IP holder of this, of Diablo 3. You can't do that. I didn't take his video, download it, and upload it, so what the hell is he talking about? You can't take cinematics and copyright them. They belong to Blizzard. Okay. So let's go there. And if you're the musician that did the music in that cinematic, complain to Blizzard, who will complain to YouTube, and then nobody will watch the cinematics on YouTube because nobody will do them except for Blizzard. And that puts bad will on things, and nobody gets to see storyline that's supposed to be in the video game. It's bad advertising, bad PR, etc. Okay? And that's the message I give to Microsoft, all the gaming companies, everybody. Okay? If you're going to go this route, okay, and think about it. I got banned on the Total War Warhammer 3 forum for saying the word, I uninstalled this. And underneath that, though, I put a whole list of reasons. They didn't use one of those as a reason. Okay? They called me saying they give you a 10-day ban for that. And you go over to their forums and look at the shit show that it is now. They got 6,000 people playing a video game. They had 127,000 or 30,000 people on launch day and for about 4 or 5 days. And they made it so that my PC worked perfectly fine. I got 10 hours in, okay, had a crash, and I played it 10 hours and it didn't crash. I thought, okay. Or no, I played 10 hours, it was okay. Then the next 10 hours, it crashed. Okay. That's 2 days I played it. And then I said, I'll wait till the next patch they're talking about. They patched it for these 30 series cards, and then the game won't work more than an hour. So I asked for Steam for a refund. They said, no, you play too much. I says, they patched the game and it doesn't work anymore. And you're telling me I can't have a refund. All right. So I got angry. I went over their webpage. I listed all the reasons why, or their form. I went over and they called it disruptive. Yeah, disruptive to you scamming people's monies and wallets. Okay. Yeah. Anyway, nice short video.